candidate. And why? Because he can do a variety of things. He's not just a one-dimensional guy.
The basketball IQ off the chart, his footwork, his hand-eye coordination, his vision, the way he reads a game.
And from Sombor, Serbia, Nikola Jokic!
Nikola Jokic is 30. He's carried the Nuggets for over a decade, won MVPs, a ring, and is already in the conversation for greatest center in NBA history. But after 10 seasons in Denver, he still hasn't played with a single All-Star. And now, no GM, a broken bench, the draft around the corner, the Nuggets are running out of time. And here's what no one's talking about, and what could cost Jokic everything. It's been over 2 months since the Nuggets fired both their head coach and general manager, two guys who were supposed to be building around the best player in the world. That shocking end to Denver's 24-25 regular season came out of nowhere. Michael Malone, the coach who led them to a championship, Calvin Booth, the GM who was supposed to build the next dynasty, both gone, just like that. But here's what's crazy. According to people within the organization, it was a much-needed reset. The locker room was fractured, the vision was blurred. Something had to give. Since then, 3 weeks have passed since their season ended in OKC, where they pushed the 68-win juggernaut Thunder to Game 7. Let that sink in. A team in crisis took one of the best regular season teams in recent memory to the brink. Not bad for a broken team, right? Wrong. Here's where it gets weird. David Adelman was named head coach just 4 days after that Game 7 loss. Lightning fast. No search committee, no big interview process. They knew what they wanted. And credit where it's due. Adelman looks like a great hire. Players love him. He knows the system. He's got fresh ideas. That's the one thing Denver's got right. But the GM role? Cricket sounds. Still, wide open. And that silence? It's deafening. Credit to the Nuggets. They've fought knocks when it comes to leaks. We didn't hear a whisper about the Malone and Booth firings before they happened. One day they're there, next day they're gone. That's impressive in today's NBA. But hiring processes are different. You talk to agents, interview candidates, check references, other teams get involved, word gets out. Unless you're not actually searching. Here's what my sources are saying. Denver is approaching the NBA draft with no official head of basketball operations, and they don't appear close to naming one either. Think about that for a second. The draft is June 25. This is when teams make franchise-altering moves. And the Nuggets? They're running on autopilot with interim GM Ben Tenzer. The first round of the draft is expected to be the epicenter of the NBA offseason. Most teams are going to be very active. Trades will fly, picks will move, stars might change jerseys. One source has said the Kroenkes are hoping to hire someone by then. Hoping. Not planning, not expecting, hoping. That's not great. Multiple league sources have expressed confusion at the lack of reported interviews and the glacial pace of this process. Remember, Booth was fired during the season, not after the playoffs. They had time. So what's really happening? I've got 3 theories, and each one tells us something different about where the franchise is headed. Theory 1, the fortress strategy. Denver's doing such an incredible job keeping everything secret that we're all in the dark. Every interview sealed, every conversation classified. But here's the problem. Why? There's no competitive advantage here. Nobody else is racing to hire a GM right now. The Pistons aren't swooping in to steal your candidate. This isn't free agency where silence equals leverage. The only reason to be this quiet is if you're hiding something, or if you're not actually doing anything at all. Theory 2, the white whale hunt. They're chasing a big fish. Some top exec who's under contract elsewhere and doesn't want his name leaked. Maybe it's someone from the Heat's brain trust. Maybe it's a Spurs executive. Maybe it's someone from Golden State who knows how to build around a generational talent. But this doesn't add up either. Josh Kroenke literally said they might hire a search firm to find rising stars, not veteran name. Plus, the Kroenkes aren't exactly known for breaking the bank on executive. They're still paying Michael Malone not to coach for the next 2 seasons. You think they want another massive executive salary on top of that? Then theory 3, the inside job. Maybe it's been Ben Tenzer all along. He knows the system, has Adelman's trust, Josh Kroenke keeps praising him publicly, and when billionaire owners start complimenting their interim guys, pay attention. Think about it. They hired a head coach before a GM? That's backwards. Unless the GM was already in the building. Unless they wanted to make sure their coach and GM were already on the same page. If that's the case, just announce it already. What's the holdup? At Adelman's introductory presser, Josh Kroenke dropped this gem. I can also say very clearly that this organization does not need a cultural reset. I think anyone that was in and around that dressing room for the last 6 weeks could probably say that was a very unified group. Let me translate that for you. We're keeping the core. We believe in Jokic, Murray, Gordon, Porter Jr. and Brown. We think we're still contenders. Adelman's vision backs this up. He wants a tighter 9-10 man rotation during the regular season so the core isn't burned out by playoff time. Smart. He wants players to keep each other accountable. Good. He wants to slow the pace down, get back to being deadly half-court offense. Makes sense. All reasonable, all modest. These aren't the words of revolution. They're the words of tinkering, of adjustment, of we were close, we just need to tweak a few things. And here's the brutal truth. Tinkering won't cut it. Not in this Western Conference. Let me paint you a picture of Nikola Jokic's career. Year 1 to 3, developing, learning, growing. Year 4 and 5, becoming elite, no help. Year 6, first MVP, no All-Star teammate. Year 7, second MVP, still no All-Star teammate. Year 8, championship, still no All-Star teammate. Year 9, third MVP, bounced in the second round, still no All-Star teammate. Year 10, pushed OKC to Game 7, carried a broken roster, still no All-Star teammate. Do you see a pattern? LeBron had Wade and Bosh, then Kyrie and Love. Curry had Clay, Draymond, and Durant. Even Giannis had Middleton and Holiday, both All-Stars. Jokic, he's got an inconsistent Jamal Murray, who's played 60-plus games just once in the last 4 seasons. He's got Michael Porter Jr., who's one back spasm away from retirement. He's got Aaron Gordon, who's a perfect 4th option, but he's being asked to be 2nd or 3rd option. That's not a shot at those guys. They're good players. Murray can be magical when healthy. Porter can get buckets. Gordon does all the dirty work. But championship good? All-Star good? The evidence says no. And at 30, Jokic can't keep carrying this load forever. Here's where it gets really bad. I'm going to break down the Nuggets' financial situation, and it's going to make you understand why they're paralyzed. The current disaster, 0 draft picks this year, already over the first apron. If Saric opts in for $5.4 million, he likely will, they hit the second apron, which is basically a hard cap with brutal restrictions. So, what does second apron mean? Can't take back more salary in trades, can't use the taxpayer mid-level exception, can't buy second-round picks, frozen draft picks become permanent if you stay there. Basically, you're locked into your roster. Then there's their assets. Jamal Murray, $46 million next year, coming off one of the worst playoff runs of his career. Michael Porter Jr., $38 million with shoulder issues in the playoffs. Zeke Naji, $8 million, unplayable in the playoffs. Their key free agents, an 80% washed DeAndre Jordan, and Russell Westbrook, who's already declining his option. This roster, it's not just cooked, it's burnt. But not everything is doom and gloom. Denver has some intriguing young pieces. But let's be realistic about what they are. Christian Brown, the good, emerged as a transition demon, cutter extraordinaire, and legit defender. The kid's got juice. He's fearless. The bad? He's a role player. A good one, but still a role player. He's not your second star. Peyton Watson, the good, showed defensive flashes in the playoffs, length, athleticism, motor. The bad, he can't shoot, like at all. 22% from 3. In today's NBA, that's unplayable in big moments. Julian Strawther, the good. Remember Game 6 versus OKC? 15 points in 19 minutes? That's why Denver forced Game 7. The bad, injury-prone, inconsistent, might be another tease. Deron Holmes, the good. Athletic big, can switch, modern NBA player. The bad, literally hasn't played a single NBA minute. Missed his entire rookie year. complete unknown. Are these guys good enough to push Denver over the top? To give Jokic the help he desperately needs? Come on, we all know the answer. While Denver's been standing still, look what's happening around them. OKC, young core with 1 million draft picks. Houston, finished second in the conference with their young core clicking. Minnesota's got Edwards ascending to superstar status. Lakers just got Luka and LeBron's still going. Game over. Dallas lost Luka, but likely drafting Cooper Flag. Instant rebuild. Golden State, they've got Curry and Jimmy Butler. That's championship experience on steroids. Then there's San Antonio. Wembanyama year 3. Castle just won Rookie of the Year. And they have the second pick. Dynasty loading. The West isn't getting easier. It's getting harder. Standing pat isn't maintaining. It's falling behind. Here's what keeps me up at night. Nikola Jokic might be the best player in the world right now. Not in 5 years. Not in 3 years. Now. And what are the Nuggets doing with this gift? They're paralyzed. No GM. No clear plan. No urgency. Every day they waste is another day closer to Jokic's decline. Another day closer to him looking around and wondering if Denver is really where he wants to finish his career. Because make no mistake, players talk, agents talk, and when you're the best player in the world, getting asked to carry a G League level bench in the playoffs, thoughts creep in. Would Miami find me help? Would the Lakers go all in? Would the Knicks mortgage everything? Jokic isn't the type to demand out, but he shouldn't have to. A competent organization should see what's happening and act with urgency. The mission in Denver is simple. Win another championship before Jokic's prime ends. The path? That's where it gets complicated and uncomfortable. They need to hire a GM yesterday, not next week, not by the draft, now. Every day without leadership is a day wasted. Then they need to make the Murray-Porter decision. One of them has to go. You can't pay max money to inconsistent players. Package one with Najee and picks and get back a true second star. And they need to find that all-star. Not a maybe all-star, not a former all-star. A legitimate, in their prime, all-star player. Someone who can take the pressure off. Then they need to navigate the cap creatively. Get under the second apron. Find teams willing to take bad money. Use every loophole. Then stop being cheap. The Cronkies own multiple sport franchises. They have money. Spend it on the margins, better scouts, better analytics, better player development. Can they pull it off? Or will we look back at this as the summer Denver blew it? The 2025 offseason will define Jokic's legacy. Either Denver steps up and gives him the help he deserves, or they waste another year of greatness. And if they waste it, if they run it back with the same flawed roster, if they penny pinch their way through another offseason, then Nikola Jokic doesn't have a championship window. He has a Denver Nuggets problem. Time's running out, and Jokic deserves better. The question is, do the Nuggets understand that? What do you think Denver should do? Are they wasting Jokic's prime? Drop your take in the comment. If you think Jokic deserves an all-star teammate, smash that like button. It's time for Denver to wake up. Subscribe for more truth bombs, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.